Hey YouTubers, it is Valerie with Money Mindset Coach, and I am doing a bit of an experiment with this video. I have had a couple comments from people that have viewed. I don't know if they've subscribed or not. I don't know. But anyway, I've had a couple comments about the fact that I wasn't looking at the camera when I was doing my videos, that I looked like I was looking at myself and not looking at you. And I definitely want to look at you because you are my audience. I'm doing this at the desktop. I'm doing it with the webcam, which, is up here. So anyway, this feels strange to me because most of my videos, I've just been looking at myself when I've been talking. It's kind of like, I forget what somebody said. They said that if you want to get into YouTube and you're afraid of the camera, go into the bathroom, stand in front of your mirror, and just talk to yourself and look at yourself to get kind of comfortable with doing that. I never was uncomfortable with the camera. I really never was. I enjoy doing this so much, but anyway, where I am, I'm in my office. I'm sitting at my desktop. I don't know, maybe I could have my chair up a little higher. But anyway, the webcam is up a little bit. And so anyway, I am looking at that right now. So what I would like all of you to do who see this video is, if you feel that right now it looks like I'm looking at you, as opposed to this where I'm looking at myself. Do you feel like I'm looking at you? It's, tell me what you think. But anyway, the majority of this video is going to be with me looking at the webcam. And I would love your feedback to tell me what you like better. Me looking at the webcam, me looking here, or you don't care. One of the two, or one of the three. So anyway, let's get down to what today's video is going to be about. I did this video last week. I did 3 videos in one night. I usually do my videos in the evening on the days that I work. And I had some coffee. I kind of felt like I had something to say. So I had the energy and I did 3 videos. The last one that I did was about my budget. When I watched it back, because that's usually what I do, I have to do that to get my thumbnail picture. That's usually where I get it. And so I'm watching the video over again sometimes. And I watched it and I'm like, no, I don't like this. I don't like this video. I had forgotten something very important to put in the video. So that's the other reason. So that's why I'm doing it over again. So anyway, without further ado, okay. I wrote this down. I got this whiteboard at Walmart. I got this idea from Buzz's Retirement Garage. Really, he's got a really great channel. But he kind of did this, and he was the one that I got the idea from to do this. So this right here, what I'm showing you, is my bare bones budget. It shows you my income, Social Security, $1,003, alimony, $1,900, my job, $850. This month I'm making more like $1,000. It all depends. Sometimes I get some extra hours, extra days. It all depends on how much they need me. I always take the extra hours when I can get them. My mortgage is $572. You may think that is a low mortgage, and yes, it is. It is a low mortgage. But I paid just under $80,000 for this house 5 years ago, and it's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,100 square foot house on a corner lot, 1-car garage, walkout basement, woods on 2 sides. It's in a rural, small town, and that will save you money. So anyway, got a really good deal on this house. This house is worth, gosh, if you go to Zillow, the last time I checked Zillow, it was saying it was worth $156,000. So when it comes to equity, I'm doing really well. And I put 20% down. So, okay, utilities. This might be low for utilities too. I average $250. It can be less than that in the spring and in the fall when I'm not using heat or air. But this bill that I get from the utility company here in town has water, sewer, trash, and electric, which I truly love because I am paying 4 bills at once. Never had that before, and I love it. Food, I figured $250 for one person. That should be enough. Transportation, gas, $175. I'm under that. I am more like 100 right now. And this is the 28th of August, so there is no more gas. I just got gas yesterday, so I'm fine. I didn't put gas in my car in the month of August until the 18th. I don't know if I've ever done that. But anyway, 175, probably high, but we all know that the cost of gas can be different depending on what's going on in the world. Car insurance, $126. Internet, $59. Miscellaneous, $150. Medication, I've talked about this before. I go through Cost Plus Drugs, and I pay a fraction of what I used to pay for my medication. What I forgot in my other video, and why I'm doing this again, is I totally forgot about my Edward Jones contribution of $600 a month. I am maxing out my IRA. I started late. I started late. I ended up, I had an IRA when I got divorced. And then I got some of my ex-husband's IRA when we got divorced. And I have to say that in 5 years, I've gained 30,000, something like that. But, just to say that if you're in your 30s and if you got an IRA and you started putting $600 in it then, and you had that many years, 30 years basically for this to grow, you'd have a heck of a lot more money than I do. I started late to the game with this, and I'm kind of paying for it now. So we raised this up. Starting in April 2025, I'm not going to have alimony anymore. This was an agreement between me and my ex-husband. He remarried a year after we got divorced. He married a woman from the Philippines. He brought her over here, and he is moving to the Philippines this next year because when it comes to an IRA and having a new wife, he couldn't afford to live here. So he's going to the Philippines where his Social Security money will go farther. And that's why he's moving. We agreed. When we got divorced in the state of Illinois, the rule then was it changed. If you had been married 10 years or more, you would get alimony for life unless he died, you died, or the person receiving the alimony got remarried. And none of those 3 things have happened. So I could legally say, hey, you're going to keep paying me. But I have been saving. I have been frugal. I have been making it. And so anyway, my new monthly will be $1,853. And my bare bones budget adds up to $1,602, which if you add my $600 that I am contributing, I'm more like 22. So if I want to keep contributing to my IRA, I either won't be able to contribute as much, or I will have to get a raise, work more hours. When you have a job, you can get more hours, you can get a raise. That will, in those two things, one of those two things will give you more money. If you do both, that's the best of both worlds, actually, if you can do that. Cutting expenses, I could probably cut a little bit more, maybe not spend as much on food, not as much on miscellaneous, but there, the fixed things are fixed. And there are other things that are variable, but I really love my job. I wouldn't want to quit that job and work another one. I wouldn't really want to do that. I love where I work. I love my bosses. I love the people that I work with. So I kind of want to keep it going that way. But it's just, I did go to the credit union where I have a money market account and a 12-month CD. And I have you have to have $5,000 to start a money market account, and a 12-month CD, you have to have $5,000. So I put $5,000 in a CD, I put $5,000 in a money market. In the time that I have had this money market account and started these two accounts, I have added to my money market account, I now have $10,000 in there. I still have my savings account with PNC. I like to keep a good amount of savings in there. And what I do at the end of the month with what I'm bringing in now, I have quite a bit that I can put aside that I put in my savings account. Once it gets to a certain amount, I take that out, put it in the money market. I just keep doing that. And I'm going to keep doing that through the month of March next year. And I was hoping that I would save up $15,000 over this year, but I really think that I'm on track to save even more than that. So I do have my 3 to 6 months living expenses. I have my money market, I have my 12-month CD, and I have my IRA. I do have to say, and I know I've said this in other videos, and I know my audience is older. I know that. I know that you're older. But if there's somebody out there that maybe you're in your 20s, in your 30s, even your 40s, start an IRA now and put what you can. There's a certain amount that is maxing it, but don't think that you have to max it. The important thing is putting something in there, saving for the future. And when you're in your 20s, even in your 30s, you can feel like being 60-some years old, like me, feels like it's a lifetime away. But it's not. You will find yourself here so fast. Because as you get older, I'm sure a lot of you out there have realized that the older you get, it seems like the faster the time goes by. I mean, it's August. It is almost September. And I thought, I mean, it feels like it was just January. That's crazy. Just January. So anyway, that's pretty much all that I have to say for right now. Oh, finishing that thought. I really wish that in my 20s, when I was a hairdresser, I really wish that I would have taken my tips and saved them. Put them in a savings account or start an IRA. God, if I would have done that in my 20s, the amount of money that I would have now, I wouldn't have to be worried about a bare bones budget. I wouldn't have to be thinking about what are my bills? What am I going to do? Now, I do have a boyfriend. He eventually will be living here. He's good with money. He's been saving money, I think, all his life. He's good with money. He doesn't like debt. He feels a lot the same way that I do about money. He eventually will live here, and but I don't know when that's going to be. There is going to be a time where this bare bone budget, this $1,800 or more that I'm making, is going to be what I'm going to be making, and I'm going to have to live on that. And I'm not going to be spending any of that money that I've put aside. Absolutely not. The only reason that I would spend any of that would be if I have to replace my car. My car has almost 196,000 on it. Runs great. Just came back from St. Louis. It's running wonderful. It still looks good, runs good. I'm going to keep driving it until it won't drive any longer. It's got a really good engine in it. The transmission has been very well taken care of in its life, so I think it's got a good life left. So, but you know what? Accidents happen. You can be the best driver in the world, and somebody can still hit you and can total your car. And when you have a car that's a 2011 that has a lot of miles on it, I don't think the car is worth very much. So when your car is not worth very much, it doesn't take much to total it. So that is a fear that I have. I can be a very good driver. I can take very good care of the car. I'm going to do all those things. But there is still the possibility of some idiot hitting me and totaling my car. And I've had that happen with other vehicles. I had a Mercury Villager minivan that was a year away from being paid off that I loved. Somebody ran a red light and broadsided us, and that was that. It was gone. It was here, and then it was gone. And I swore I would never get attached to another vehicle ever again. But I kind of have got attached to this vehicle. I have to tell you, I am kind of attached. And I think if something happened to it, I would cry. So anyway, I have talked long enough. But anyway, that is the story right now. Tell me what you think in the comments. Do you feel that this video that I have been looking at you, does it look like that to you? Or do you care if I'm looking at you like this? I want some feedback on this. I want some feedback. I can get used to doing it this way. I really can. I just got in the habit of looking at me. One more thing. Barbra Streisand, in her book, I have a video on her book. I love her. But she said something in the book about how her best side is her left side. And that when she does an interview, you're only going to see the camera from her left because that's her best side. And she said something. She said faces are not symmetrical. You know, that's why somebody can look one way on one side and one way on the other. My best side is my right side. But to hear her explain it, it was really interesting. So I think that I found myself watching what I was doing. So I made sure that my head and my face and my expression and everything was good and was correct. And I got in the habit of doing that. So this video, I have not been doing that. And so anyway, I'd like to hear what you have to say about it. So please like, please subscribe. When you do that, it gets the video out there. It gets it out to other people so they see it. YouTube likes that. There is actually a little bell that you can turn on, so there will be a notification of a video when I make it. I would love it if you would do that. I went down the list of all the YouTubers that I watch, and I was hitting the bell on every one of them, so I get notified when they put up a new video. So anyway, like I always say, use it up, wear it out, make it do, or do without. Till next time, bye.